I'm watching. Hey guys, we want to make this video about stuckness. We want to continue our convo. If you have not joined us on Instagram yet, please do. That's where we're having most of our live chats, and most of the convos that we're doing are found on Instagram. And also we want to share in this video a little bit about ways that we practically walk out not staying stuck. So we just want to show you different video clips of just practical ways that we have fun as a family, we stay grounded as a family, we do things individually that keep us in a pattern and in a place of staying connected to God, connected to ourselves, connected to each other, and in a place of unstuckness ourselves. So we hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe if this channel is speaking to you, encouraging you. Please share a video with a friend if any of them are standing out or you think it would encourage somebody as well. So we're just gonna continue the convo, and we're gonna keep it real, and we're just gonna share about ways practically that you can break out of stuckness, because that usually is the hardest part when you're stuck, is not knowing what to do, not even knowing like what the next step is or how to go about getting unstuck. The first thing I would say though with stuckness is you have to first acknowledge that you are stuck. And that is the key to starting the journey and the process of getting unstuck. Until you're willing to admit and come to terms with the fact that there's stuckness in your life, what is stuckness? How do we want to define stuckness?
Well, I think you can be stuck on the inside and stuck on the outside. So like your behavior and your emotional state. So like we have 6 F's. So you could be stuck in any F, fitness, like your health. You just feel stuck. You just feel like you want to work out, but you never work out. Financially, you just feel stuck. You're going for it, but nothing's changing.
Relationally, staying in the same cycles and rhythms, whether it's in a marriage or you're never able to break out of singleness, you're constantly in a cycle of being single and not knowing how to get out of it, not feeling fulfilled in your career, in your purpose, in your job. That's a huge one that a lot of people stay stuck in because they just don't know what to do and how to break out financially, but also in purpose and in their calling, just fulfill their passion project when they're 50. And so they stay in a job that they hate until then, things like that. That's stuckness, just not feeling fulfilled, not feeling stimulated, feeling bored in life, feeling like you're just like stuck in a rut, even emotionally or just practically or physically or mentally, spiritually. You could just feel like bored, stuck.
And so the thing is, it's like, here's where it gets tricky, because let's just say I feel fulfilled because of some event outside of me that changed. So finances changes, the relationship changes, I'm not single anymore. So now I feel unstuck. I feel fulfilled. I feel more in control. I feel more purpose, all of those things. You have to be mindful, because all of those things that helped you to feel unstuck, they will change. Relationships change. Money comes and money goes. Your health, you get older, your body starts changing.
Right.
So when your sense of significance and value, which is connected, which is almost the opposite of I feel stuck, when that sense of identity is attached to this thing outside of you exclusively, then you're just setting yourself up to have even more and more cycles of I feel stuck. So how does it look, or what does it look like to have the both and? I think what it looks like for me and for us is, if I feel stuck in an area of, let's say, finances, which for us has been a very big one, and that's a whole other video, but there's a certain lifestyle that we believe we want to model, a healthy a balanced lifestyle, living from the inside out, where I'm able to spend as much time with my children as I want to, as I think is healthy, with my wife, without checking in on anybody. This is the dream, right? But there's a price to pay. And so there's times where I feel stuck financially, right? So instead of avoiding that feeling of stuckness, or I feel so stuck here, it's like this irritation, or the opposite, this like numbness, so to speak. I have to be very careful not to go and try to make something happen in avoidance of feeling that feelings, of accepting those feelings. Because if I go and take action to get unstuck, to go make things happen, which I very well can do, the problem is that the stuckness is just going to follow me, and it's just going to get worse, and I'm going to become even more controlling. Because if that thing on the outside that helps me feel unstuck comes or happens, guess what? I'm going to be even more controlling on that thing, because if I lose that thing, I'm going to lose my sense of identity again. So instead, I allow myself to feel that stuckness in whatever F, right? I acknowledge that stuckness, and I reconcile that stuckness. That's okay that I feel stuck right now. I'm not scared of the stuckness. I'm not going to run away from the stuckness. I'm going to, give attention and even affection to that stuckness, almost like a parent giving affection and attention to a child who's having a tantrum, right? And as I do that, and I feel better from that practice within myself, now I go and I inquire, what is the next step? Is it keep doing the same thing, and this is all I had to do? Or is it do something completely different? What is this inspiration? What is the next step? Now I go ask other people, hey, I have this situation, I have this thing going on. Do you have any perspective for me? Do you have any thoughts? But see, before I went outside of myself, which is something that is just part of the fundamental problem to begin with. We live outside in, not inside out. I first come here. I first become self-aware. I first love and accept. So now what happens is, when the stuckness changes and there's a sense of purpose again, things are moving, things are shaking. What happens is, it's not attached to fear, which was the motivator to become unstuck. Because it's not attached to fear, I'm open-handed. So I could lose that thing again next week or tomorrow, but I don't lose my sense of self, which is not dependent on anything outside of me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's good. I think that number one, again, it's like acknowledging you're stuck, but then also at the same time being able to know and acknowledge that stuckness ultimately helps you to reconnect with yourself. I was going to say that too. Like, the main goal of stuckness is to like allow you to recheck in with your own heart and recheck in with yourself again, because it's like pointing back to you, like something doesn't feel right. So you're having to reconnect back with yourself first. And then with that, you're able to then get that clarity, because you're first tending to your heart. You're able to like acknowledge, feel the feels, be kind to that place, which we're huge on. And then from there, you're able to get that clarity and that inspiration as far as what needs to shift, or if you need to keep doing the same thing.
That's such a good point. Very good point. Let me just say this before you keep going. Because there's times I don't get the clarity a lot, meaning I don't get the next steps clarity. But if I don't get that, what I do get is the strength,
and the peace,
the vigor, and the healthy like drive to keep doing the same thing. So if you don't get this, like, okay, do this, you have this vision or this image, there's a strengthening that helps you to keep going. So I love that. Keep going.
Like a peace and a clarity to like just know, like, it's gonna be okay, you got this, you can keep going, all that. So then, like, we're huge too on consistency. I'd say that's like a strength. I've had a friend the other day even say like consistency is a strength of ours, because sometimes it does just require like certain areas, certain F's, certain things that you're going to walk through require you to just stay consistent and not give up. And that's a big one. I think our generation is huge on, well, this didn't work, so now I'm going to grab this, and that didn't work, so now I'm going to grab this and this and that. Yeah, just like constantly grabbing and shifting and changing, when consistency is our greatest strength sometimes, because it allows you to cultivate the character and the things internally, like discipline, self-control, perseverance, consistency, drive, hard work ethic, just not giving up when things don't go the way that you hope for or plan for. And I mean, life, I think we honestly need to do a whole thing on like, things aren't always easy. Like, they're not probably going to be easy. They're going to take that hard work, that grit, that discipline, that focus, that clarity. But it's so important to have that knowing within you that this is what you need to focus on, and that's what God has over this certain area. That's why we're huge on like presence, purpose, process with the 6 F's, because in each F you gain a clarity and a knowing that this is what you are supposed to fulfill or focus on, or not let go of in each F. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it is a shift. Maybe it could be we've had this happen with our health. We've had this happen with our marriage stuff. We've had this happen with our finances. Like, okay, we're feeling something on making a slight shift because this is not working. And, that's okay too. But if you're constantly in a place of like, this isn't working, I'm grabbing something else, and you have just no clarity, no focus, no groundedness, no knowing internally as far as what God's saying over that specific area, you're going to constantly be spinning, constantly be grabbing, constantly be like just not making progress. And that's where burnout happens, when you just aren't seeing fruit in the areas where insanity happens there. It's like you're not seeing
do the same thing
fruit.
And expecting different results.
Right. Yeah. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. It's like, that is what happens when you don't have that clarity in each area of your life. So again, what would we say to the person that, I wanted to talk about this, that is in a repetitive cycle right now that they cannot get out of it? What would you say is like a key right now?
Yeah, practically, I would try to find somebody that is in a place of life that you admire, that you jive with,
that's bearing the fruit in that area,
that is walking in what you want to walk in. And I would either try to rub shoulders with them, buy their books, try to get proximity. That's one thing.
Go low and ask for help. Like, that's a huge one with us. We're huge on that. Like, hey, can you speak into this? What do you see? Can you help me to, maybe see it differently? I think, honestly, too, I think we are lacking this in our generation. I think we've been so hurt by, you name it, you fill in the blank, leadership-wise, covering-wise, that we lack an ability to go low and express vulnerability and weakness and ask for help. And that's how you grow so much quicker. And that's how you scale faster in life, because you're able to glean from their wisdom and grow much quicker than you would if you did it on your own. So, yeah. So
practically, I would try to do that, proximity. There's also from a distance books. But more importantly, and our favorite is becoming love to the stuckness. The day you can be okay and smile at stuckness and love stuckness, because you understand you are not the stuckness that you feel, and your sense of identity is not attached to that thing that you think is going to make you unstuck, that when you learn to love that part of you, that's when the magic starts. So it's learning to sit with that instead of running away from your pain, running away from all these uncomfortable feelings your whole life. Mm-hmm. And I would learn to sit with that. I would learn how to extend affection to that, understanding I am not that, understanding I am not, how can I say, there's a boundary here, but I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to demonize it, right? And so inside out, and then practically I would look into the proximity part secondly. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and just know that it's not going to last forever. Don't give into that mindset of like, nothing's ever going to change. I'm never going to get free from this. This is over my life. Like, stop that. Anything can change in a moment, for real. And you can make changes so quickly, and even over time, if it's something that's a big deal, like a big thing or a big mountain to you, anything can change. It's a matter of you showing up to that place and saying, I am ready for this thing to change. Things are not okay right now. I'm clearly stuck. I'm ready to get unstuck. And I'm going to make the steps that I need to take in order to move things into unstuckness. So we hope that encourages you. Again, we have a coaching intensive coming up. This is where we work on the specific F's over your life, the 6 F's. We hone in, we hear from God, we get clarity, you get coaching, all the things in order to walk in just purpose, clarity, focus, and breakthrough. So we would love for you to join us. He tried to yank it.
Hey, buddy. You're so cute.
Look where you're going.